All right, folks, we're back at Broken Tree. Apologies for the delay in uploading. Been on a little bit of a vacation to warm, sunny Arizona, where I did get around in. Unfortunately, it was unfilmed as I was with my family, so just wanted to play around in peace. But anyway, shorty here, par 4, and I absolutely pull it way, way left. I have no visual, no idea how it's going to interact with these trees. 65 yards up the hill. At this point, I'm just trying to hit a low kind of punch. Trying to get it anywhere around the green would be great. Because, I don't know where this is really going to go. So just hoping for, best possible outcome. And I think it nicked some trees. It didn't go as far as I wanted. I'm still absolutely in the thick stuff. I got it much closer. I am around the green, so it's 17 yards. So now I'm just going to play my typical kind of, chippy pitch here. Opening up that face, getting it out. Let's see where it ends up. And it's pretty good. Not the ideal putt that I want on this hole. And, you don't want to have 11 feet for par on a, less than 300 or 300 or so yard hole. But that's where I'm at. Just got to sink the putt, put it home, escape, kind of stay on pace. This is a tough course, so you just want to keep on keeping on, and I don't know how that one doesn't fall. That's a great putt that doesn't fall. My putting, by the way, in Arizona, not good at all. So that's going to be something to monitor going forward. I don't know if it's because it wasn't my putter. Like I said, I was using a set of clubs that was not mine, that I don't normally use. But I'm adjusting the aim here so that I'm able to, try to put it as best I can in the middle of the fairway. It's this big dog leg left. Way down the hill as well, so it's going to fly a lot further here if I catch it right. So the goal here is to just bend it around that corner, but in general, I kind of just want to hit a straight one. I'm not trying to do anything special with it here, so just taking a pretty normal swing, and it doesn't register at first, so that was frustrating. I like the balance on that swing. Visually, you can see when I come to rest at the top, at the end of the swing, it's the more balanced swings are usually the ones with the better outcomes. That's also what I'm focused on. Drove the ball great in Arizona, so I'll take that away with a driver that's a stiff shaft, whereas this is very flexible. But absolutely puree, saute, flambe, whatever you want to say. That's what I did to that drive. And you see it flies 300 yards. Lands kind of in the upslope there, so I'll take it. I might have this tree to contend with, so I might have to try to go a little bit underneath. 142 is a bit of an awkward yardage. It's going to require a pretty big pitching wedge to get there, although I think it's down the hill again. So just the solid P wedge is all I'm looking for here. But I take a big swing, and I totally get worried about the tree, and I shank it. It's a cold shank, the old S word. It does go 120 yards. I see it right off the hosel. So all you can really do is laugh at that point. It's still got 57 yards left. Want to get up and down for par, but this is going to be a tall task from there. I don't know if I got enough initially, but then I see that I got way too much, and I'm in a really bad spot. That is, if I had that in real life, I would be lucky to get on the green, first of all, and then two putt from there even. So, and this is about as tall of a task as it can be, and I come up a half a yard shy of a great shot. And now comes the spiral in my mind. It's chipping for bogey. I give it almost nothing, and it almost falls. So it was a really, really nice shot there. But unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. It's a double bogey. It's not good. I'm 6 over. The round could be starting to get away from me after just 2 holes on this back 9, especially given how difficult this next hole is. There's trees in the way off the tee. It's a mind-bending, incredibly sandy, incredibly dogleg oriented par 5. So I'm really just adjusting the aim to see what to do, best here. So I should have accounted more so for the trees in front of me, especially given my volatility with the driver a bit. But I just sort of aim it down the line where I want to be. So, and I just take a big swing, and I don't get all of it, but it's kind of cool looking. I snake it under and around the trees, but you'll see it goes 213 yards. I almost missed the ball. But it's a par 5. I'm frustrated. I say that's so bad because it is, but I am in play, It's 364 yards left, so really just want to put as big a swing as possible on this one. As long as I'm not underneath or next to a tree, I don't really care where this goes. And I got really good wood on that. Gets through that tree. I'm able to fly it up there, kind of in the rough, 225. So maybe a little bit off the heel, but can't complain too much. Got a P-wedge in, so just going to take a nice stock smooth swing, 138, a little bit down, so I might not need all of it, but a 95% P-wedge is what I need, and that's really, really nice off the club. I mean, I absolutely flushed it, but it doesn't work its way back off the hill. It's the downslope, and the way I didn't get any cut on that like I usually do prevented that shot from being anything better than, decent. So I'm able to have still a putt for birdie, so I can't be all that upset, but it's my 30-footer down the hill, my 150,000th time on this channel having that putt. And I try to give it enough juice to get through the rough, but it just doesn't. So I got to putt again from 7 feet. This is for another par, and I've got to start turning it around here soon. So, but it's not an easy one. It's a tester, left to righter. You see it gets worse and worse after the hole, and I see that a little bit. Instead of focusing on everything that's up to the hole, I ended up, taking into account some of that break that comes after, which is a common foible and mistake for putters like me. A lot of times I tell people I strike the ball like a scratch, but I putt like a 10. So I'm trying to correct that this year. Just got to do everything better. But this 9, those 3 holes, we are not off to a hot start here. But we've got to hit a huge 7-iron to get it there. And I take a huge swing, and it comes way out off the heel. It's a horrible swing. I really tried to go overpowering with it, and I'm really getting frustrated now. It's the round's starting to get away from me. I got to hit a big wide open pitching wedge here, just a wide open P wedge just to get up onto the green. So it's a matter of, can I do that at first, and can I get to the hole? And to be honest with you, that's really not bad. But I'm left with another 8-footer for my par. I'm frustrated that I'm not able to, have that for a birdie or get it inside the circle of friendship, despite it being a good shot. So, got to fight for another par. I hit a good putt, and it curls in. I was shocked because it started moving right at first, but then it did duck just barely back down and makes the par. So, after all that, it's a par. So, if I can get more of those in the real game of golf, that would be awesome. But par 5 here, real short one, but heavy dogleg right. I'm trying to cut this one big time, and I do get a lot of cut on it, so I'm really happy with that swing. It's going to take a favorable bounce right off that hill, going to roll out a little bit. So really nice shot. I'm in good position. Got pretty good wood on that. Not the best, but pretty good. Left with 200 yards. I'm going to go ahead and take the longer club here because I just don't want to have to deal with a giant 7. There's no way I'm getting 7-200, but it's going to require, a delicate kind of cut shot. And I love it off the face. I love it, but I hit it too well. So I'm going to roll back down in the bunker, but that's a nice shot. That's one that I'm, pretty satisfied with. Unfortunately, it's just another really hard bunker shot. So I've just got to let this one settle. I got to flare it wide open, and it's just got to land just past the bunker. And then even then, it's going to be hard to see. And I know I crush it right off the club. I knew I crushed it, but that's fine. It could be worse. I'm glad there was that backstop there. Now I have this for my birdie, so happy that I'm going to get at least a par. But want to give this birdie a look. Got to give it a good strike here. Give it a good stroke. So right to left heavy at first, and then it straightens out. I just don't start it out high enough. Good speed, generally good line, but not the best effort. It's okay. Par is a good score. On to the next. 323-yard, par 4. Really short. No reason to really use anything but driver. So want to advance it. Try to get to that cart path up there. Maybe hit a little bit of a draw off the tee. Just to get a little gentle movement going. But I end up starting it too far left, goes too far left, and I want to get through this bush, get through this stuff, and it kicks out, and I get very lucky that the fairway extends all the way up there. So despite not hitting it on the line that I wanted, I ended up in a good place, and I ended up in a position where I can get up and down for a birdie. So the problem here is 40 yards, P-wedge, up the hill. You're not going to get much spin. This is just one that I hope to keep on the green. This would be a great shot at anything on the green. So that's as good as I can do from there. Wanted to trundle on back, and it's able to do that a little bit. Really, I can't do much better. I'm inside of 20 feet. Happy with that shot in general. It put in an impossible situation for the selection of clubs that I have. I'm not usually using a P-wedge from there. I'm using a 58-degree lob wedge. So now it's a kind of a double breaker, but more right to left than anything. And I smoked it. It would have been, a pretty good putt, maybe missed low, but was able to keep it just inside that 6-foot gimme zone. So I'll take it. Now after that par, I'm on to a comically long par 5, 693 yards. Look at that hole. There's 800 bunkers down the left, and there's 600 down the right. So there's a pond out there, and I don't think I can even reach it. It might be even hard to reach it in 2, but I put a nice strike on that. I really exaggerated the finish. I wanted it to cut. I wanted to hit the path here, and sure enough, I get a nice break there. Hits the path, rolls on down, rolls out into the rough. That's 325 yards. That's way out there, and it needs to be way out there in a hole like this, but now I've got to adjust my aim because I'm going right into the trees. So just want to aim around it so I can hit a cut with this 5-wood right around it, end up in a good position. So just want to make sure this gets cut on it, and I'm sitting in a place where I can hit a third shot from a realistic position. And not my best. I'm in the bunker, which makes me a little bit upset. But, 693 yards if I have 171 in for my third. That's honestly not all that bad. It's a long enough hole where it's preposterous to even play. So hitting a 7, got it over the lip, happy with the contact. It just it flares a little bit right on me, and it's way up the hill. So I might have even had to use a 5-wood there. I don't really know what else I can do. I'm still 30 yards short at a par 5 through 3 shots. So it's just a hard hole. There's nothing I can really do about it other than say it's a hard hole. So I got to really get down. I just got to nip this, let it run once it gets on the green. But it hits that upslope, takes too much juice off it. And I didn't realize that in the moment. I think I was shocked that it didn't roll out, but I don't think I noticed that it hit that front upslope, landed right in the face, took all the juice off it, and left it in place. So unfortunately, have another 13-footer for my par, trying to get it down there. Turn back. Oh, and look at that. I am making a face because that was absurd. It was headed dead right, and then almost like it hit off a pinball bumper. Redirects to the left, in the hole, making a par at a 700-yard hole is nothing to scoff at and nothing I'll ever be upset about. And almost as an antidote or an apology, I've got a 310-yard par 4 to try to take advantage of and bounce back. So got to hit a good one here. I just want to get it out there. I'm aiming over that middle bunker almost, and I hit it a little too low. And I also don't realize that it's way up the hill after this. So this is really a terrible place to leave it. I've got to way open the face from 46 yards. This is just a delicate P-wedge that I don't even really like. It's amazing. I don't have this in the bag in my bag in real life. It's just this simulator. I get pretty lucky. So I've got to really aim way up, and I like that off the face, and that is I don't think I could do any better. It's got to stop, but I truly don't think I could do any better from there. So I sit there. I'm less than 30 feet away, but I'm in the rough, so I've got to chip this. This is going to be really, really, really delicate because I can't putt this. There's really no way to get a feel for putting this. So just got to get a chip, hope to get it inside the circle of friendship. I love that off the face. I love that. But it just runs and runs and runs, and it doesn't get inside the circle. So I've got another 7-footer for my par. For whatever reason, I don't have you could see in the distance, it gives the grid, sometimes it glitches out and it gives the grid way over there. So it's just not on the green. So I'm just guessing here. And yeah, I just yank it. So didn't have any sort of grid. I knew it was right to left. I did yank it a little bit, but it's frustrating. You know, you don't want to have, I guess, no visual at what your putt is, especially on the 17th hole. So heading into 18, I'm 8 over. Not my best, but it's a 7,200 yard course, so it's also not the worst. But 470 yards remaining here. Just want to get a good one out there. 470 yards to the clubhouse. Let's hit a nice drive. Let's skim through the trees. Let's get it through, and it just barely gets over, and it ends up being absolutely perfect. I mean, I smoked that. I hit it perfect, and it's on the cart path, 314 yards away out there. I've got 160 yards left off the path. That was probably my best, but also my luckiest drive of the day. So that's one that I'll take every day of the week. But 160, I'm pretty much in between clubs. This is a very sawed-off 7 that I'm kind of forced to take. You'll see that slow swing, but I love the contact. I mean, that's exactly how I wanted to hit it. It's tracking, and it's really good. So I've got inside of 15 feet with that 7-iron. That's a great swing. That's a great shot. So got to come way heavy down the hill, left to right, for my birdie attempt. I just got to go way up there. Hope I get the right speed. Coming down the hill a little bit as well. Just got to hope I hit it right. Oh, and it almost goes in, but it's got to stop. Now, be inside the circle, please. Barely. And around it, I'll take par 74, just a ridiculous, par 74, are you serious? But +8, that's not a bad round. I will take it, and I'll see you guys next time.